captains from both teams participate in tonight's coin toss.
Question. Making me more nervous. Right up the stage.
Troy won the toss and will receive.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you direct your attention to the 50-yard line on the home sideline as we recognize the members of the 2019 Troy High School Homecoming Court. Their bios and pictures have been included in tonight's program.
Welcome to the Homecoming 2019 at Troy High School. The class of 2020 has selected 14 classmates to this year's Homecoming Court. The members of the court are Ella Furlong, escorted by Jackson Goodall. Ella is the daughter of Erica and Colby Furlong. She participates in volleyball, softball, math club, and science club. She is also a member of NHS, Senior Cabinet, International Thespian Society, the Academic Quiz Team, and is the Student Body President. Ella hopes to attend the U.S. Air Force Academy or Boston College to major in biology and/or astronautical engineering, with the goal of attending medical school. Jackson is the son of Lisa and Jeff Goodall. Jackson is the president of NHS and the Interact Club. He is the treasurer of both the Student Government and Business Club. He is also participates on the tennis and swim team. Jackson hopes to attend either MIT, Vanderbilt, Columbia, Ohio State University, or University of Cincinnati to major in mechanical or aerospace engineering. Mary Kate Gillespie, escorted by Connor Bell. Mary Kate is the daughter of David and Julie Gillespie. She participates in golf, student government, senior cabinet, and CISD. Mary Kay plans to attend Bowling Green State University to major in entrepreneurship and public relations. Connor is the son of Andrea and late Christopher Bell. He participates in cross-country, track, hockey, Spanish club, archery club, and business club. Connor plans to attend a university to major in international escorted by twin shepherds. Anna is the daughter of Heidi and Richard Hennessy. She is a girl on the run coach and is on the Dayton Pro Club rowing team. She plans on to attend Coastal Carolina to major in psychology. Quentin Shepard is the son of Patrick Shepard and Jordan O'Neill. He participates in varsity baseball, American Sign Language Club, and is the vice president of Interact Club. Quentin hopes to attend Ohio University or Youngstown State University to major in criminal justice or political science. Samantha Mascarella, escorted by Logan Steve Volontuache. Samantha is the daughter of Steve and Cindy Mascarella. She participates in cross country, track, and dance. Samantha hopes to attend University of Cincinnati to major in pre-physical therapy. Logan is the son of Lisa and Timothy Tuache. He participates in track. He is on the CHS broadcasting and is one of the pep rallies. Logan plans to join the United States Coast Guard. Victoria Solomon, escorted by Mitchell Science. Victoria Solomon is the son of Risa Solomon. She participates in a marching band and jazz band. Victoria hopes to attend the University of Dayton or Wright State University to major in music education. Mitchell is the son of James and Pam Simon. He participates in the band and winter percussion. Mitchell plans to attend Kent State to major in digital media production. Brooke Stockslegger, escorted by Dale Stebbins. Brooke is the daughter of Matt and Valerie Stockslegger. She participates in the marching band, jazz band, wind ensemble, NHS, archery, math club, and extreme box. Brooke hopes to attend either the University of Cincinnati or the Ohio State University to major in industrial design. Dale is the son of Erica and Jennifer Stebbins. He participates in the marching band, archery, extreme box, math club, and NHS. Dale plans to attend Kent State, Ohio State, or Penn State to major in pastoral science. Jenna Stockslegger, escorted by Tito Fuentes. Jenna is the daughter of Tibby and Chad Stockslegger. She participates in Troy Combs, the CHS musical, NHS, and Science Club. Jenna hopes to attend Miami of Ohio or the Ohio State University to major in biochemistry. Tito is the son of Arturo Fuentes and Ophelia McGuire. Tito participates in football, rugby, Spanish club, and Interact Club. Tito plans to attend the Ohio State University to major in entrepreneurship. This is your 2019 Troy High School Homecoming Tour. Here to crown the Queen and King is last year's homecoming King and Queen, Jake Darby and Anya Coleman. The 2019
guest kids back to back.
Breeding a dynasty.
That's right.
How do you pronounce it?
Palacha.
The 2019 Troy High School homecoming queen is Ella Furlong.
Volleyball player. It's a reigning volleyball player. Next year, another dynasty. Who's next year?
Exactly. Somebody will do it. I think good luck up there.
Feet. Well, they've got all 14 minutes.
Before I fixed it Wednesday night, Rob texted me, was like,
Darth Vader.
I fixed that as soon as I saw it. That's probably Rob posting stuff on his own.
Definitely appreciate the coverage, especially the way it turned out.
He was like, this is why it's so hard to cover a team that you've never seen before.
I've got Peggy Boston. She's going to start the strength for you guys. She's, you know, like I said, it's more straight out and stuff. She said that she liked it. It's a nice outlight to the beginning of the season.
Once again, we'd like to welcome the class of 1979 for their 40th reunion to Troy Memorial Stadium, back home again. And congratulations, 2019 Queen Ella Furlong and King Logan Roland Polachek.
This is still good. your preview. When you see yourself in this box, what's going on to the folks at home? You guys just talk to each other. We'll go on in 3, 2.
All right, welcome to Troy Memorial Stadium. Beautiful night here. This is Mark Evilsizer along here with Chris Bim. Chris, been a little while since we've been here.
Real long, almost entire month.
It's almost, yeah.
September 6th to now.
We had, of course, 3 weeks on the road in a row, which you don't get very often in high school sports. But we did this. Of course, this is a special weekend here. Chris got homecoming. Just had the ceremony. I want to congratulate Logan Palachik and Ella Furlong as the 2019 homecoming queen and king. Quite an honor. It's always kind of fun to see last year's king and queen come back and kind of present that. We, of course, come back. The Trojans are now 4-1. Going to face a Stebbins Indians team that is 1-4. Again, it's one of those cases. Chris, got to be careful of overlooking anybody. You never know, and in these kind of games, it's nice to hopefully we can take care of business early.
Yeah, it'd be nice to kind of get in, get out. Nice to be back. You'd like to get the home fans back in the game early. Just take care of business, get out of here. This isn't really a problem the Trojans should have today.
Yeah, that's exactly
also
right.
never know.
Yeah, the Stebbins comes in again 1-4. They won their week 1 game against Greenview, and they went on and lose 4 straight. They did have they had played a Thursday night game against Pickle. Had jumped on them 10-0. Pickle came back and scored 28 unanswered to take care of business. But again, this is a team that's struggling offensively a little bit. They like to throw the ball. That could be something that gives us a little bit of a test tonight. Obviously, if we don't put pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, that has been their best luck this season. Not much to go on the running side. I know you have the stats in front of you there. They are last in the MVL in rushing. This is the best ways they're getting at their offense is with their quarterback.
Yeah, Nate Keller is their quarterback. He's number 17. We're going to talk about him quite a bit tonight. 6 foot. We're going to step aside here for a second and let the band take over. We'll be back here in a few minutes. The band, of course, playing the Troy alma mater. We got about 7 minutes or so before kickoff. But again, as I was saying before, we're going to be hearing a lot about Nate Keller. He's number 17. He's their quarterback. That's a sophomore coming in only. Again, they're not really throwing from the yard 617 yards, so they're passing more than they are effectively as far as the run is concerned. But so this is a game where hopefully defensively we can kind of stuff them and put some pressure on them.
Yeah, and one thing to look at, I mean, if they're going to try to get their yards through the air, Trojans have the leading interceptor in the MVL this year, and Weston Smith has 4 picks on the year, doubling up the closest. Handful of people in the league have 2 to Weston's 4. Also, if you want to look at start looking at the Trojan offense, something that trying to project out looking at the stats is can the Trojans get to 2,000-yard rushers this year?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Right now we're pretty much just on pace for that. Walters is just over 100 yards a game, and Braden Seiler lately has been really coming on in the run game. He's just under 100 yards a game rushing.
I have to look. I think you have the stats in front of you. I think he was at 480, 470, and then obviously Kevin Walters just over 500 yards.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, Siler comes in at 460 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground. Kevin Walters, a little over 501 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns. And again, really these last couple weeks, our offense continues to feature Braden Siler a lot more. He's just having a tremendous season so far. Just a great leader, and really has done some nice things. We went to, of course, Tip City a couple weeks ago, and man, I tell you, that was probably might have been his best game he's played in his career.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously haven't been able to broadcast a game over the last almost month. Kind of those 3 games, were really low to kind of that battle at Tip City to finally putting together a game last week and kind of handing it to Greenville.
Yeah. Yeah, the Tip City game, I tell you, they, Tip came out, played really well. That's probably might have been as well as they could play. They gave us, all we could handle. It was one of those games that was interesting being there watching. I kind of felt like we were in control the whole second half, but yet you look up the scoreboard, it was always a 7-point game, so they were one broken tackle away or something from tying it. So you never felt comfortable, but you kind of felt like we were in control.
Well, I was talking to some of the coaches, like if you look at it on paper, the yardage was not even close.
Yeah.
2 people look at the yardage, say, oh, Troy won by 21. Just weren't able to pull away a mistake here and there, or a penalty, or ill-timed turnover or something.
And speaking of Weston Smith, he's the one that had a huge huge interception in the end zone. Then they pinned us back deep with about 5 minutes to go, and we able to just run the clock out. So really nice victory on the road. Obviously, that was a lot of emotion with Coach Burbacher going back to home and being at Tip. So that was a really good win for the Trojans. One of the storylines tonight, Chris, we've got quite a few kids that are injured.
Yeah.
We've got some. We've got concussions, we've got, some leg injuries, things of that nature. So, and that's part of football, as we know. But again, it's something that we'll kind of watch tonight, for see how these backups and see what kind of ripple effect there is with injuries. Sometimes you lose one, it affects, 2, 3 different guys.
And injuries seem to be heavier on the defensive side of the ball also. And they were already playing a pretty young squad, pretty much replacing the entire linebacking core this year. Several defensive backs.
One of the things that the Trojans have to be a little more. I think we've had a way too many penalties this year, particularly unsportsmanlike and things of that nature. Caught up to us last week. We had a young man that, and again, it wasn't didn't seem to be too vicious, but we did have a young man, Kobe Harris, who was ejected.
Yeah.
And it just seemed to kind of catch up to us. It was almost like they had warned us. And again, it didn't seem like it was something.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was egregious enough. You look at it and go, "Wow, he's got to go."
That's exactly right.
It was the kind of the compounding maybe of stuff,
right.
And they just said, "Ah, finally, you're it."
Yeah, that's almost like an example. We got to set an example with somebody. And again, I just mentioned one of the storylines lately, of course, has been the emergence of Braden Siler, just kind of being able to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
running the ball particularly really well right now.
Yeah, and this coaching staff knew what they had in Braden, and he's just living up to everything that was expected of him. Tremendously dependable, smart kid. He's watching them out on the practice field every day. He is the absolute leader on the team. Yeah, and they do follow his example.
No doubt about it. Well, we're going to take a break. We've got the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Under the direction this evening of Miss Molly Benjamin.
We are back just ahead of kickoff here. Again, coming in the game, Troy 4-1, 3-0 in the NBL. Sitting right now 5th in Region 7, so we're putting ourselves in a good position. You know, the next 3 games, though, not going to earn a lot of points, Chris, so it's going to probably come down to those last 2 games.
Well, I mean, of course, it's very easy to predict kind of the computer point situation just because the formula's out there. So you look at some of the websites, and Troy's in a new region this year.
Yeah.
And it really worked out to their benefit.
I agree.
Heading up north instead of down to Cincinnati, there's definitely 2 powerhouses up there. And then a lot of the prognosticators out there have Troy as the 3. After, I believe it's Toledo Central Catholic, and I don't think it's not Anthony Wayne. It may be Anthony Wayne.
Yeah,
but
I think it is Anthony Wayne. Yeah, yeah. We're kind of it's kind of an interesting region. It goes all the way up to Toledo. Basically, it's kind of north part of 70 all the way over because there's some Columbus teams kind of mixed in there too.
Well, and then there's some schools that are closer that are heading to Columbus. I think Xenia's in Columbus.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's they're even Cincinnati's picking up some Columbus teams. Maybe Columbus's growth.
Yep.
They're just massive schools over there.
So here we are. Trojans will receive. Looks like Evan Jones. And this is going to be a squib. And that looked like Tito Fuentes right there.
It was Walters was the other guy.
Walters was back there, okay. So that was Tito. So the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 from about the 33. Actually, more like the 32.
I think also to bring up, we had a couple of our linemen sick earlier this week. We got sent home on Monday, just being under the weather.
Yeah, this is something we'll kind of keep you in tune with what goes on as far as some of these injuries. Seiler, of course, back there. This will be Seiler rolling out. He's got Weston Smith try to do a one-handed grab. Incomplete pass out to the flats. So it'll be 2nd and 10. See A.J. Huger, number 7, up towards the Stebbins sideline is Austin Stanford. You're going to see Austin Stanford play both ways tonight.
I think we see Weston Smith in the slot also. Looks like he'll be getting in both ways.
He'll be doing both ways. Yeah, last week over at Greenville, first time I'd seen Austin Stanford play defense, and he did a solid job. Really didn't get exposed.
Yeah, it's like right off the start. There's a penalty we were talking about, false start. Austin, again, it was a month ago, so I don't remember what we talked about a month ago. But having Austin back, he is a very athletic kid, very hardworking kid also. Coming off the knee injury from last year.
Right. So it's 2nd and 15. Get a little bit of an empty look. Kevin's going to move back into the backfield. This will be Kevin Walters. Not much doing right there. Stacked up by that's number 54, Aiden McCamey for Stebbins. It's going to be 3rd and long. That's Austin Stanford going in motion. We're going to roll out here with Seiler. And he is going to be picked off. He kind of stared down that throw, Chris. Not one of his better decisions.
Absolutely not.
I think that's one of those you just kind of throw away and take your medicine and punt. Sometimes the punt is not a bad play.
Not the start, obviously, any team would be looking for. That was a mistake on every play.
Yeah, that was kind of a shaky start by the Trojans. Stebbins again is going to take over. Some of the guys you're going to hear 17. That's Nate Keller. He's only a sophomore. Their running back number 9 was that Marvelous Rutledge. Chris was saying earlier he's quite a wrestler also.
He is pretty good wrestler.
That gives you an idea of probably his toughness and his mental state out there. It's going to be Keller back to Pat. That is complete out there for a 1st down.
Keller's pass is complete.
That looks like
It's complete to number 1.
Yeah, that's Kobe Cox.
In on the tackle was Austin.
One of his favorite targets you're going to hear tonight. Again, the secondary is a little banged up. We're missing a couple original starters. Tucker Raske out with a thumb injury. Hopefully he's only out 1 week. Lucas Henderson started the season back there. He's not back there right now. He's hurt with a leg injury. Oh, nice play right there.
With the carry.
That looked like,
With the tackle was Alex.
yeah, it looked like number 33. Yeah, that was Alex Green. Really came unblocked. So the secondary, we've got Weston Smith, Austin Standiford at the corners.
Down and 13.
Looks like Josh Mayfield, I believe, is back there.
Yeah, he will be working in on.
Yeah, and
on
28,
defense.
that would be
Dawson Roby.
Dawson Roby. So that's the starting backfield. Again, this is Keller back to pass out here to the flats. Ooh, man. J.J. McCoy, nice to see him back. You're going to see a nice, he had a thumb injury also. He's got a pretty big club out there. It might be tough for him to pick some balls off, but at least he can make some plays and tackle.
And some of the stuff that we just talked about with the injury, on the starting lineup, we have 3 sophomores, 4 11th graders,
Yeah.
4 juniors. So not a lot of senior experience out there.
That's true.
And they're on the outside. They're the corners are the ones, 2 of the seniors.
So this will be 3rd and long. Got trips down here to the field side. Keller's going to be back to pass. He's looking at a little in route. That's a completed pass.
Ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground, and Trojans get it. Nice break by the Trojans.
There's Dalton Mason on the catch and fumble. And
So they
Weston
got
Smith
a couple
getting the
first
turnover.
downs. Weston Smith ends up with it, I believe. And so, hey, we answered a turnover with creating a turnover, so we're even right now.
Troy will have a 1st and 10, ball placed on the 18-yard
1st and 10 Trojans at the 18. Hopefully look to get something going here. It's going to be Josh Mayfield. Can he get to the edge? He's going to get a couple.
Another guy coming off of an injury.
Say that's an old wing T formation. Got both receivers on line of scrimmage. You know what's going to happen
Yeah, I
there.
think
They're
so.
going to block. I think
Saw
we're-
AJ Huker in the game for the first time out there.
Yeah.
Getting his block.
Yeah, we've seen that formation over the years. So now it's 2nd and 6. This time we got, again, trips to the field. This will be a quarterback run all the way. Not much doing right there. Again, our line, Riley Hubbard, he's returns. 2nd-year starter at center, number 73. The guards, 65, Jacob Mormon. 66, Ethan Freed. 59, one of the left tackle is Zach Ray. And, of course, 77, you won't miss him. That's Dawson Hildebrand, who will also play some defense tonight. Got a big offensive line. See if we can use that to our advantage. 3rd and 6. This is going to be Seiler once again. He's got the edge. And he's still up. Big gain right there.
Go on about Dawson. We talked about his first year playing football. So this is what, game 6? Game 6 making his first visit to a college program tomorrow.
Oh.
Visit Toledo.
Visit Toledo. Excellent.
It took him 6 games to get that Division I
That's
visit.
right. Of course, that's the alma mater of defense coordinator Manson. And our strength coach, Aaron Gibbons, I believe.
Yeah, Coach Gibbons is there also.
This is Seiler back to pass, looking to flats. He's still looking. A little spin move.
I think we're going to see a holding
I
call.
got a feeling that's coming back.
Seiler with carry. The tackle was made by number 43, McCamey.
Yeah, we're moving back. Usually a hold. That's exactly what it's going to be. So that was Kevin Walters as he scrambled. It's one of those guys at times where the defender kind of leaves you and you just kind of stick your hand out sometimes and grab them. So this is going to be 2nd and long. It's a spot foul. That's end up being more than a 10-yarder. So this is going to be
like almost a 16-yard
first
penalty.
and, yeah, about 26 or so. Mayfield in motion. This is going to be Kevin Walters trying to go up the middle. And that's only about a gain of about 3.
On stop number 32, Pennington. Also in there was 21, Johnson.
So 2nd and long. Tough penalty, of course, on first down. You behind the chains, real, to kind of limit some of the things you want to do.
Throws all that initial plan off, and now you're scrambling.
Yeah. Mayfield again, and no, that's Austin Standiford in motion. I assume this is going to be a roll to the right. Here it comes. And it's picked again. That's the 2nd time we've kind of run that. 2nd pick. We might want to switch things up on that. It's not looking.
Seiler
something's just not quite right.
Limping. He's all right.
He is limping
off the field.
And what's happened, that's 2 different times where he's kind of stared down the receiver.
Real similar play, too.
Yeah, basically it was the same play, got picked the first time. So a really sloppy start here by the Trojans. On just a beautiful night here in Troy. My goodness. I mean, we had 3 straight days of 90-degree weather here in early October. Finally, we get to about a 60-degree weather evening. So this is 1st and 10. This is going to be Keller back to pass out in the flats. No one there. Receiver miscommunication right there.
Stanford was closest Trojan.
Yeah. Receiver went in. Quarterback threw it out. Really, from both teams, a little sloppy here to start, Chris.
Yeah, not
real sharp here.
Good football that we're watching yet.
You can kind of tell early on Stebbins does want to throw the ball. Keller's got a pretty good arm. We got some kind of equipment issue with JJ. I saw something they didn't like. He's going to have to get something fixed.
It's Darren Jones checking in.
Darren Jones, 24s. So this will be 2nd and 10. And they're going to get us offside. This is going to be now 2nd and 5.
It's just sloppy so far.
Yeah, just really sloppy.
Not sharp.
It's one of those, we didn't talk too much about turnovers before the game. We talked about penalties. Now we've got both.
I mean, obviously not excuses, just some of the stuff they've had to do this week with, for those that didn't know, Troy out on 2-hour releases because of the heat. Didn't come back to practice. We're able to come back and practice at 5 o'clock. So
Keller rolled out, off the shoulder pad, incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
Just kind of threw off everything.
Yeah.
Changing schedule and not.
And high
schoolers need that consistency.
High schools like structure. They like to kind of have things at the same time. That's a great point. But there comes a time of the game where you just gotta start getting after it. So this would be 3rd and 5. Interesting to see what Stebbins would do if they get into a 4th down situation right here, only at the 38 of the Trojans. Again, Keller's going to be back to pass. That's way overthrown. One thing you notice, they kind of like to roll him a little bit. Not a sprint out, just kind of roll him out. And a lot of that might, it could be a scouting thing. We have put some pressure on the quarterback this year. And it looks like Stebbins is going to punt, trying to bury us deep.
I mean, it's probably a good play the way that Trojan offense has come out. If they can pin him down there and just get, who knows, another turnover. Now they're dealing with a very short field.
Trojan's been fortunate. 2 turnovers, and they've given
territory.
up nothing from them. So we got some confusion out there.
Yeah.
But that punt is not very good. That thing's going to bounce straight up for the Trojans, maybe trickle down to about the 16-yard line. Well, let's see if the Trojans get something going here. Defensively, we've done what we've needed to do.
It looks like Seiler's getting back out there.
Yeah,
came off limping last series.
See our first look at Sam Reed, number 6. He'll play the slot. 82, Tio Fuentes. He's the kind of H-back tight end you'll see in there all game.
A.J. Huker's on our side of the field.
Yep. Walters back in the backfield. This will be Kevin. He's got some running room. Nice gain of about 7 right there.
On the stop was number 32, Pennington. Also in there was number 21, Dan Johnson. Brings up a second down for the Trojans.
So 2nd and 3. This will be Kevin again. Short gain. That's number 21. That's Dan Johnson on the tackle.
I don't know if Seiler might not be feeling completely well. That's one that he's going to pull a lot of the time. And
yeah, that could
outside was open there, and he usually puts in a very good read and pulls and runs when he needs to.
So he did get a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Just got enough. It's going to be Seiler. Quick little pass out here to Huker. Nice gain.
About 12
That's
yards.
going to be 12, 13 yards. Huker had a nice touchdown last week. Tried a couple go routes to him, and we finally connected on one. Yeah, last week Greenville jumped out 7-0 on the Trojans, and then we just blasted them after that.
The weather delay.
This is going to be Kevin again, and you might be right, Chris. There might be a little tender. They're kind of taking it easy on Seiler. He's not running the ball. So it's going to be 2nd and a short 2, maybe 1. Trojans looking to pick up the pace a little bit.
It'll be a 1st and 10.
Now they're going to go 1st and 10. This is going to be a pass. Seiler's flushed out, and he's going to try to dink it to Kevin Walters. Nice adjustment right there. Really well done right there by Braden. Didn't have much on his first or second read, just kind of found Kevin as he got out of the backfield.
Went over about 3 Stebbins players.
So the Trojans move the chains once again. Trojans' first real drive of the game here. Walters has been the workhorse so far today. Seiler back to pass again. It's a screen to Kevin. And going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of 9. But I tell you, we're getting a lot of big chunk plays right here, Chris.
Yeah.
Pushed out of bounds by number 5, Jones.
It's about 4 plays in a row. We've averaged about 7-8 yards. It's going to be 2nd and short here. This will be Kevin. Walters on a run. Getting up the middle, another first down.
Another good run, another 8 or so yards.
Move the chains once again.
Made by number 32, Pennington. Also in there was Bowman, number 10.
Tackle number 32, that's Braden Pennington. Multi-sport athlete for Stebbins, plays basketball. This will be Kevin up the middle. And I'd say a nice push by the offensive line. Got a couple extra yards. And I'll tell you, that's something you see more even at all the levels this year. They're kind of letting them kind of go. You don't see many quick whistles on that kind of thing. They're kind of letting the lineman have a chance to push.
Yeah, it's kind of they're letting him move forward, and the second it really does stop moving forward, they're blowing it dead. But they are letting that push happen.
About 2nd and 3. This is going to be a little counter. And I'd say ball's on the ground. Stebbins says they have it, and they do.
They signal pretty
And they
quick.
do.
Yep.
I tell you what, a sloppy start, Chris. This is kind of it just not sure what's going on down there.
Yeah, can't even can't even get
Wow.
get out of their own way on a good drive.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now.
Looked like we had it going and coughed it up and put it on the ground. This is one of those teams, Chris, you do not want to let this team stay in the game, quarter
No.
after quarter. It's one of these teams we hope to put away early.
Yeah, because morale goes in opposite directions. The team you should be handling.
That's right.
Theirs goes up, yours goes down, and it's closer they get, the worse it is.
Not sure exactly what the stoppage of play was. If this is NFL, they'd be reviewing the turnover, but they don't do that here.
Reviewing it and giving it to the Steelers, right?
So this will be, that's Rutledge on the gain of about 6, right up the middle. You can see Tito playing both ways tonight. Austin Good, number 54, Adam DeSerbo, number 88. Those are the guys on the front line right there.
I know you've
Alex Green also up there.
seen players playing both ways. Feel like there's a heavier amount than normal
Yeah,
this year.
We've not seen Dawson Hildebrand out there on defense yet. I imagine he's going to play some defense.
Yeah. I don't know
That
if they
was
go to him for some sort of goal line set or short yardage set. Just big body that he has taken up space.
That was Rutledge. It's now 3rd and short. Keller back to pass, and that is
First down.
complete. I believe that's number 1, Kelby Cox. Move the chains. Stebbins with a first down. There was just what we said. Dawson Hildebrand's into the game. Tito Fuentes is going to get a little break there. He's well deserved. So we got 1st and 10, Stebbins from their own 20. This is going to be a little option look. Keller on the keeper, and he's going to get a good gain of about 5 or 6.
Number 17, Keller.
They're starting to get some chunk yards a little bit here.
With the tackle was number 41, Evan Jones.
Face mask. So they got a 5-yard face mask. That's going to be first down. Stebbins.
That's at least what the Trojans third. That we have a holding, a false start in that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think we've seen Stebbins penalized yet.
Right.
Playing a little tighter football.
Yeah, I would say Stebbins right now is pretty happy with where they are. Obviously, they would have liked to have cashed in a couple of our turnovers, but they've prevented us from scoring. Keller back to pass again. This is Cox out to a flat.
They're playing it's safe football what they're playing. Their quarterback's not really putting the ball in any sort of real danger.
Yeah. Austin Standiford out there again. He's playing both ways tonight. Have to keep an eye on him. So we got about a 2nd and 4 here from the Trojan 30, from Stebbins 37. This is going to be Rutledge. He's going to get eaten up. He's going to lose 2.
A lot of Trojans in on that
Yeah,
play.
left side of the defense kind of gang tackled him.
Credit McCoy. See,
So now we go 3rd and long. Important play here for the defense. See if we can get away with 3 turnovers, which usually does not happen. Got trips to the field down here. Keller's going to get a little mini roll. He's looking at the flats. Wow, what a ball.
that was a
My
was a great
goodness,
pass.
that was number 10. That was Daniel Bowman. And I tell you, we had a little zone coverage there, and he threw it right over Weston Smith's hands. It kind of gave us a little route over here with some levels. One guy short, one guy long. Able to complete that pass. So we now have a 1st and 10 Stebbins. This is going to be Keller on the keeper. Oh, he flipped it before he, that was a dangerous play right there. Got eaten up for no gain.
Stopped by number 25, Smith.
There'll be a camera right here for you guys to look at.
So this will be 2nd and long. Looks like this will potentially be the last play. They don't have to run a play. Looks like they're going to. No, I got a feeling.
They still got, it's got 10 seconds. Let's see
I
if
got
they
a
get
feeling
one
they
off
might
here.
be satisfied with
Yeah, let's
0-0
see.
here. So I tell you, sloppy first quarter here by the Trojans. 3 turnovers, no points. And at the end of one, Troy 0, Stebbins 0. We've got a special guest up here, 2nd year superintendent to Troy City Schools, Chris Piper. Thank you for joining us tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I want to talk to you how the just give a little feel for how the school year's gone, started from your standpoint.
Yeah, other than the heat, I think we're off to a great start. It's nice reprieve today, but
Yes.
it's, as you know, a pretty hot week last week. We had to send kids home 2 days with an early release, but other than that, we've off to a great start. I like a lot of things that are happening across the district. We've had a PD day that was, I think, pretty effective, and a lot of good work being done.
Yeah, it's the heat exercise. Is that something you? How's that determined as far as what we do, the procedures we use for that?
Well, we keep a pretty close eye on things when conditions are unusual like that. We got out and walked around the buildings, and classroom temperatures were clocking in between 90 to 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Talk to the nurses about how many kids are coming to the clinic, and just try to be aware of what's happening. So, the heat index is a little tricky.
Sure.
But we just try to keep kids safe, and when it's hot several days in a row like that, it never gets a chance to cool down. So that's why we had to do that.
Yeah, that's one of the big things at the high school.
Several schools in the district, I mean, none of them are air conditioned. We're only at the high school, so we feel what the high school like. Is there any particular ones that are worse than others when you walked through?
Well, it's always worse on the upper floors.
Yeah,
Well,
Concord, maybe Haywood, some of those that have 3 floors
The
possibly.
3rd floors that face the east that get a lot of the sun in the morning. That's the big thing.
That's a big sack. That looked like a corner blitz right there by Weston Smith.
Stopped by number 25, Weston Smith.
You mentioned the professional development day. That's something we're implementing as far as having more of those this year. Got another one here coming up. It's an initiative that's important to you.
It is. I think it's important for teachers to get together, providing collaborative time for teachers so they can kind of take a look at the strategic plan, figure out what as a department they can do to help us meet those goals. And, it depends on what grade level, what subject area we're talking about. The K through 6 reading teachers, they have a big initiative this year with the Reader's Workshop implementation. So it also gives us a chance to get them together so we can continue to support them through training as well.
Stebbins back to pass. This is Keller down low, going to be incomplete. This is going to set up a 3rd and long. I know one of the big district initiatives is this idea of the Trojan Way. Something at the high school we've stressed the Trojan family for years. This is something we're trying to implement district wide. Any comments or anything you want to make about that?
I think the staff has done a great job implementing it throughout the beginning of the school year, and what I'm really happy about is I hear kids excited about it. I was riding in a car to a football game with some junior high kids, and typically junior high kids are a tough audience, but they were pretty excited about it. So I think we have some pretty good momentum with it.
Yeah, that's nice. One of the things we're trying to use the same language throughout the district. I think that's something that as we progress this years and years from now, I think it's something it's definitely going to stick, and it seems to. It's like you said, it seems to have resonated with the students.
I think so.
Also, if you want to kind of talk about, have the buildings initiative coming up again that working on, if that's something that, where does that stand? And I know there's another site is there another site yet that's being looked at on the south side?
Yeah, there's a couple things. We are planning on running a bond issue on the March ballot. Before that, I got to point out we do have a renewal this November. So we have an issue on the ballot this November. It is not new money. It will not increase taxes. This issue was first passed back in 1990. It's been renewed 5 times, but we don't want to lose focus on that first and foremost. Those are operating dollars. It's a renewal again this November. But yes, in March we're going to have a ballot issue or a bond issue on the ballot to build 4 new K through 6 buildings, taking 7 buildings we have currently, consolidating into 4 sites across town: Cookson, Hook, near Concord, which was a recent purchase, a piece of land near the Concord building that would be a nice clean slate for us there.
Nice.
And we're still looking for a site to the south. We think that's key to our plan. We're pursuing some options. I had a couple meetings today actually looking at some options down there, but a lot of our population is down there, so I think it's important that we find something to serve that neighborhood as well.
Yeah, that's good. So the idea is to keep somewhat of the neighborhood school feel, but still consolidating the number of elementary schools into a little bit less. So I think that's something that hopefully be a lot more receptive to the public than possibly the first time around when we attempted something much different.
Yeah, I think I've had a pretty good. I think people are pretty open to the idea so far, and I think we listen and are trying to give them what they ask for, which is the best version of neighborhood schools we can give.
And it's also just looking across social media and watching people that kind of reacted a certain way the last ballot initiative, doing kind of a 180 and talking about the positives about the new locations.
Yeah, I think we did a nice job listening to our public. I mean, I spent all last year just talking to people, learning the district, learning what people wanted, and I think this is what they want, and I feel pretty positive about it so far. The need is clear. That's the benefit for us. We don't have to sell the need. Everybody knows our buildings are old. Everybody knows it's a priority. The question is it the right plan? And I think it is.
So this is Seiler. Just had a first down pass out there to A.J. Huker. Seiler's taken off. Must be feeling a little better. I think his ankle just kind of had to get it worked back in. Well, I appreciate you stopping up. Much appreciated. We're off to a good start. A lot of that has to do with your leadership.
I appreciate that.
Much appreciated, and obviously best of luck to you this year.
Thanks. This broadcast you guys do is fantastic. I love your setup, and thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Go Trojans.
Again, that's Superintendent Chris Piper doing just a fantastic job here at Troy. This is a deep pass to Staniford. Just couldn't quite catch up to it. Again, that was Superintendent Chris Piper. Just got a different feel throughout the whole district. Chris, and just a lot of positives coming from him.
Yeah, the one thing he's really stressed is staff collaboration as one of his priorities. That has definitely been one of those things you talk about, hitting the culture and hitting the positivity between the teachers.
Oh, this is Seiler, got out to the edge. Nice gain right there. That's going to be a first down for the Trojans. Trojans are on the move again. I tell you, this is important that the Trojans finish right here. We had last drive was the first one. We kind of got our legs under us and of course coughed it up towards the end. So important that the Trojans get on the board, gain some momentum. So this will be 1st and 10 from the 14. Again, Will Wolke, number 23, he's now at slot, kind of rotating some guys in at that spot. Kevin Walters back into the backfield. And this will be Kevin up the middle. And a host of Indians tackle him after about a gain of 4. Josh Mayfield now into the ball game.
Tackle was made by Johnson. Also in there was number 64, Bonner.
One thing you see the linemen in like a sugar huddle. They get a little mini huddle about 3 yards from the ball, get their call, and then they head up. This is going to be Walters. He's got some room, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown. Nice drive right there by the Trojans.
Finally able to put together a good drive.
Yeah.
Not many mistakes that we saw.
One of those cases we kind of got out of our way that time and then finally punched it in.
Yeah.
So again, after a sloppy start by the Trojans, we get on the board with just under 9 minutes to go in the second. Troy 6, Stebbins 0. Seiler will be kicking. Weston Smith will hold.
Number 25.
That's Austin Staniford with the snap.
All right. So, Trojan trivia question.
Okay, I'm ready.
We got an Ohio State alum here, Mr. Owen, running the show. So
very nice.
He should maybe have some insight on it too.
Okay.
So talk about an all-time great. Talking about Bob Ferguson today. He was runner-up for the Heisman. Who was the Heisman winner the year he was the runner-up for the Heisman? Man. I got some clues. I think they'll give them away, but
let's think about it for a little bit. This. Was it when there were Banks? Is that right? Nope.
No.
That's my first guess.
So we'll see if we can get Mr. Owen, if we can get your Twitter handle, see if anyone can fire the right answer at you.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
We'll wait until about halftime. If you want to think about it, we can discuss up here, but we'll give them the answer. All right, looks like it is up there at com2ms THS. No cheating. I know Mr. Kopp is watching the game on his cell phone, and he'll look up the answer because he's a shade ball.
All right, Trojan 7. Stebbins 0. Seiler does do the kick.
We'll see what people come up with.
Alex Green chasing down, wasn't able to make the tackle, was able to get out to about the 33-yard line. Nice return there by Stebbins.
And on the tackle was number 24, Garrett Jones.
Just some of the facts, looking up the question today, some of the facts, Bob Ferguson ended his Ohio State career second all-time runner to Howard Cassidy, who just passed away.
That's right.
Ago.
Hop along.
Also, he was on the team that the staff at Ohio State voted not to go to the Rose Bowl.
Very controversial at the time.
Yeah, I think that staff would probably all be shown the door if that were to happen now.
Stebbins takes over. Again, this is Keller looking to throw. He's going to escape and run, and he's got room. There's going to be a hold, though. I'm pretty sure that's coming back.
Oh, there's a flag.
I'm pretty sure that one's coming back. And that's exactly what it is. This is going to be 1st and 20.
Flag on the play. Holding, offense, number 55, 10 yards, first down.
Timely penalty for the Trojans. Keller was able to escape and get a first down. Probably the reason why was the hold. So we go 1st and 20. Again, Rutledge is back behind him. Good sized young man. This is a sloppy. Can we get him? No. We're going to chuck it over the middle.
Wow.
And Cox dropped it. That was Kobe Cox. We got lucky on that. That ball was right there. I think he heard some footsteps. There's a guy right behind him. That might have been Mayfield right behind him. Now we go 2nd and long. Really kind of a that was a sloppy snap right there. That's Zach Feltner, number 60. Had a little trouble getting the ball back. Again, that's that option look they've run before, and that just didn't do anything. That would be Atkins right there.
Yeah, Atkins and Austin Good.
Austin Good, Elijah Atkins. Yeah, Private Elijah Atkins. Last time we were here, I think he dropped 3 potential picks.
He finally got one.
He got one last week.
It was the first thing I said to him. He sat down in my class. I think he knew it was coming too.
I was awfully proud of him to snag one and
he walked out of my room.
Cash in.
Walked out of my room today. I said, if it hits you in the hands, catch it, man.
Conservative play call right there on 3rd and forever. This is going to be a punt. Defense did their job. So the Trojans are going to take over. It's going to be good field position.
Number 43, Atkins. Also in there, 82, Fuentes. Brings up a 4th
So looks like we've got Weston Smith back to receive the punt.
Back deep was the Trojans, number 25, Weston Smith.
Evan Jones is also kind of our short
Honius, the
returner, just in case the ball's not kicked very far. And we're going to let it bounce. And it's going to stop at about the 48-yard line where the Trojans will take over with just under 7 minutes to go.
Ball is down on the 49-yard line.
So 1st and 10 Trojans, just beyond midfield. This will be Seiler on a straight keeper, and he's going to get a sizable gain, about 5 yards.
Tyler with the carry. On the tackle, number 21, Johnson. Also in there, 32, Pennington.
So 2nd and 6. It's a big gain down in Tip tonight. Greenville, who just beat last week playing Tip. Greenville up 14-0 already. So this will be 2nd and 6. Seiler back to pass, looking to go deep. He's got Staniford, and if he could get in the end zone, touchdown. What a nice throw. Staniford had to slow down just a tad bit, but still was able to outrun the defender for a Trojan touchdown. Nice ball right there. First time we've kind of taken that deep shot, and the Trojans cash in.
On the hold is number 25, Weston.
Again, that's Austin Stanford, so he catches about a 45-yard touchdown pass. Now he's got to go snap the extra point. That's kind of an interesting combination.
Who's out? Who would have been there?
I'm trying to think. I know he's done that in the past. I just can't remember if this is the first time in the first game this year he's done it. I know he's done that. So that will be Seiler. Kick looks good. It is 14-0. A quick strike by the Trojans. So I tell you, after some early hiccups, the Trojans started to kind of take over here offensively.
All right, so you ready for the answer?
I am ready.
All right, so Bob Ferguson was runner-up of the Heisman Trophy.
What year is this?
61.
61.
It was, I think what you were on when you said Banks, it's Ernie, but it's Ernie Davis.
Oh, man.
Ernie Davis from Syracuse.
Okay, that's
so
what it was.
significance. He was the first Black Heisman Trophy winner.
Yes.
Bob Ferguson, runner-up.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been the same guy.
Sure. Okay. I knew there was something about that question.
Yeah.
I just couldn't quite get it there.
When you said Banks, I'm like, I know exactly where his head is because I did the same thing this afternoon when I was trying to think it up.
So the Trojans 14-0. Piqua at the end of one is up 14-7 over West Carrollton. That should not be a very hard game for Piqua. Short kick. This is number 14.
Flags everywhere.
There are flags all over the place.
Probably late. Something else too.
Run out of bounds by 16 blocks.
That was Adrian Norton for Stebbins on the initial return. We'll see what happened here as far as the penalty. Seemed like the same ref might have thrown 2 flags. Usually when you lose your hat.
He threw his hat at the end. I think his hat is a late hit.
Okay.
And I don't know
what the first one was. Our next 2 opponents, Sydney and Fairborn, are playing each other tonight. Sydney's up 14-0. So we get a block in the back by Stebbins. We get a late hit
It's interesting watching Coach Gress talk to officials compared to what we've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's a little more calm down there. We'll see what happens here as far as yardage goes. One's a 10-yarder, one's a 15-yarder. So Stebbins going to take over right around the 30, 31-yard line. 6 minutes to go. Okay, if you're Stebbins, you want to stay within striking distance. I think this is a big drive for them. You know, if you don't get points, you better at least take some time off the clock. Obviously, last possession for the Trojans didn't take us all but about 45 seconds, so we can't strike quickly. But this is a huge drive here for Stebbins.
Yeah, quick turnover, quick 3 and out. Really start to put the game out of reach.
So 1st and 10, Stebbins. And we got another offsides. The penalties continue to rack up on the Trojans. It's just something that has got to get corrected. You know, those are just kind of unforced errors. It drives coaches crazy. You should be staring at the ball, you know, and nothing worse when a receiver jumps off sides, you know. That just drove us crazy.
Well,
1st and 5. This is Keller back to pass. That could have been picked. Almost picked.
You got the.
We got another penalty here.
Looks like this is going to be on either Austin Good or number 9 on Stebbins.
I think they're calling this on Austin Good.
They tell you what, that's going to be
personal foul. Austin, not a very good possession here for Austin. He's going to take a seat for a little bit. Coach Gress not real happy with that. That's 20 yards of penalties in basically two plays.
And it's going to be one more of those. I think that's the nature of, you get a second one of those, that's an ejection.
And again, these are the penalties that we've just plagued us all year. You know, this is Rutledge, big gain right here. He's still up. He's got a nice gain there. I think that was Green to end up catching him down to about the 3-yard line. A huge gain right there by Rutledge. I got a feeling Stebbins going to try to go quickly here. They are. Keller to Rutledge again. He's got nothing. He got mauled right there. That looks like that might have been Austin Johnson. I'm pretty sure that was. Yeah, that looked like Austin Johnson, 31. So they did try to catch us with a little quick pace. At this point, Troy's going to call timeout. You know, and that's what happens, Chris. When you have these kind of penalties, it kind of throws you off too.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a shock that we gave up a fairly big play after that. You know, it just kind of set you back. You know, one of your better defensive players is now sitting down for a little bit, and you know, it's just something that we got to get better at. We got to get more discipline as a team to eliminate those. You know, we talked last week. That's kind of what caught up to Colby when he got ejected.
Yeah,
Same type of thing.
Little thing.
And they
a little bit bigger thing, and it's out.
That's right. Yep. So again, we mentioned this, a huge drive for Stebbins. You know, they score right here. They're right back in it.
Well, they've been down here before. We were able to force that turnover. So this isn't the first time they've been down there. And letting Stebbins hang around.
So Dawson Hiddlebrand in the game. He's going to line up right over the nose. We're definitely coming. This is going to be Rutledge right up the middle. Kind of an interesting play choice while you run right at a man mountain out there.
6'3", 332 pounds.
Yeah.
That's definitely the place to go.
There's probably a better play call than that. It's one of the reasons possibly why they've struggled rushing the ball this year. So now we got 3rd and goal. Obviously, this is 4 down territory for them. They're going to try it up the middle again. They're pretty stubborn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So all those pass plays they've had earlier that were those 5, 6, 7, 8 yard outs that were really being able to go across the middle and get those type gains.
Kind of an interesting choice of plays right there. I got a feeling they might end up calling a timeout here. Think about this. This is a big possession for Stebbins again. They need to cash in with some points here.
It is 4 minutes left in the half.
So I think they're going to let the clock go down and call a timeout and get a little thought into this. I do know one thing: I would be shocked if they run the play right up the middle again. I think they're going to get a little more creative here on 4th down. So right now the defense is bend but don't break. This would be a huge stop for the Trojan defense right here.
Mr. Owen put in a new feature here for us. People now get to watch us.
Get to check us out here.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you.
Another thing we can lob to his social media on that we have posted there. Give him ideas for the green screen behind us.
There you go. That's a good idea. Great idea. So again, we got about 4 minutes to go. Troy is kind of taken over here, imposed our will offensively. This will be a huge stop defensively for us if we can keep them out of the end zone. Dawson Hildebrand again back in the game. So here we go. 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. I'm going to take a guess. We're going to be rolling out here to the right. And we just crushed them.
Oh, don't throw. Oh, gotta be careful.
I tell you what, a nice play defensively. That was Alex Green, J.J. McCoy, you name it.
I had visions of him picking up and planting him back, and that'd be a personal foul.
What a great stop right there defensively by the Trojans. That was tremendous. So Troy gives up no point to give up one run of about 40 yards. End up getting nothing out of it.
Stebbins now been down there twice inside the 10-yard line, coming with no points.
No points.
It's like we've seen this before. We saw this against Butler. Saw it against Tip.
Yeah. So basically, they tried a little bootleg. The problem with that is we were sitting in the house. This is Seiler straight up the middle on a design quarterback run. Big gain there of about 8. So the Trojans have 2 timeouts, about 3.5 minutes. This is Seiler on a keeper. Again, able to get out all the way to the 38. So 1st and 10, Troy. Again, 2 timeouts. Got plenty of time right here to get something done. It's going to be Seiler back to pass, looking to go deep again to Staniford. And, oh no, I'm not a big fan of that. He's limping a little bit. I do not want to see that. That's his right knee.
Leg with the brace. He looks like he's moving.
All right, he's good. Man, you do not want to see anything limp. He's kind of stretching it
out. That is his knee.
Yeah, he's stretching it. I'll tell you, so far,
he actually broke it. He broke his knee brace a couple weeks ago. Got fitted for a new one.
he's had no issue getting by the defender out here. I imagine we'll come back to that later in the game. This is Seiler, quarterback draw. Ball's on the ground. And if Stebbins gets it, this is Troy's 4th turnover. Do we get it back? We do not. Stebbins ball, that's Troy's 4th turnover of the game. And I tell you, this would be unbelievable if we can get away with 4 turnovers this half.
4 turnovers is not even really close. It's 14-0.
Yeah, that's right. So we've had 2 picks and 2 fumbles. So Stebbins is looking to try to cash in. I mean, my goodness, you give up 4 turnovers, you would think it would come back to haunt you. I just hope we can dodge one more bullet here. 1st and 10. Speed Keller back to pass. He's in deep trouble. And he gets out of it somehow. What a play by him. I tell you, Chris, he took a 10-yard loss and made a 4-yard gain from it.
Yeah.
So it's 2nd and 6. Keller's shown to have some. He's a little bit of a looser. He's got some moves. Good little player. Stebbins shows trips to the field. This is going to be Keller on a little mini roll. He's going to run.
Wow.
He's got lots of room. Lots of room. That was Josh Mayfield, missed the tackle. One of those cases you just got to break down a little bit. He kind of ran right by him. This is 1st and 10. This is the area that Stebbins has had trouble all half, though.
Yeah. They got another 10 in them before they really break
maybe
down.
We have them right where we want them. So minute 40 to go. This is Keller, kind of a fake option. He's got room all the way down to goal line.
See now, we'll see.
So now
Hildebrand come in.
Yeah, I can imagine 77 is going to make his way onto the field. Maybe not.
I think they got him in the tent with the offense right now.
Okay. So this is 1st and goal. And I think we're going to call a timeout here.
Get Hildebrand out of the tent.
That's one of those cases that they're showing a little bit of an option. Look, here he comes out of the tent, just like you said, Chris. But that was a case where we took the pitch, but no one took the quarterback. So again, it makes you think. Maybe that could be a new wrinkle, something that we have not seen on film.
Well, we looked at their stats. There just hasn't been much running success that they've had.
Yeah. So the Trojans call a timeout. We have 1 left this half. So again, options something you don't necessarily see all the time. So if it is a new wrinkle, then good for Stebbins to put something in. So minute 24. Again, last time they had a 1st and goal from the exact same yardage, and they end up losing 10 yards, turn the ball over on downs. We would love to see that repeat itself. This is Keller. We're going to throw, and he's going to get crushed. That is Green, who's having a really nice half.
Just got a shout out here from Mr. Grulich, our junior high principal, saying things going well.
Nice. Very nice.
Looking over at his student section over there, looks like everything's all right.
And Stebbins going to call a timeout. I tell you, right now they're having some trouble with our blitz package of getting to them. That's why it seems like they've had some success when they kind of roll him a little bit, because that gives them the option to potentially run. But you can tell they did not go for the dive up the middle 3 times in a row in that case. That was definitely trying to throw the ball. Huge possession here for the Trojans. If you can get away with 4 turnovers and a half, giving up no points, that is a steal.
And there's some teams coming up on our schedule that that's not going to work.
So here
got Pickle, but Xenia's a nice team this year.
Yes. So 2nd and goal from the 10. Keller back to pass, quick slant, and
they got lucky there.
Weston undercut it. They did not call a penalty. It was close, but he kind of undercutted the route, so I think they gave him the benefit of the doubt on that. Nice play by Weston. 3rd and 10. Again, the true leading receivers down here, Kobe Cox. And number 2, which is that Dalton Mason, down here to the field. And this is going to be that option look. This is Rutledge. Can he get to the pylon? He will. Touchdown. So they went weak into the boundary with that same option look. So again,
the option's been effective.
It has been effective. I agree. So that's definitely something Coach Mance and the defensive staff will have to make an adjustment in the second half. And options just a matter of rules and assignments and who do you have. So that's something they can definitely work on, and I wouldn't think it's panic mode as far as that's concerned.
No.
Again,
Stebbins is going to come out and get the second half kick.
That's
so that was
true.
A big way to finish the half. I don't know.
Yeah, that was important for Stebbins.
What will the Trojans do with 50 seconds left and 4 turnovers?
Right.
Will they just say, hey, we're up 14-7. Let's go.
That's a great point, Chris. Great point. So this kick is low, but somehow it makes it. That was number 6. His name is Trey Honius, I believe. So 14-7, 51 seconds to go, and it's one of those cases where, you have 4 turnovers. It's probably tough to get away with all of them, and that's basically what happened. It kind of caught up to us. So we've had 2 picks, 2 fumbles. Stebbins cashes in on the last one. It's 14-7. Just as you mentioned, only 1 timeout. It will be interesting.
I don't think
could be predicated on what kind of return we get.
After their first kickoff, they did not kick it deep, just kind of that pooch kick to the up guys.
Right.
I don't see them kicking back and letting the Trojans set up any kind of return.
Yeah. So if they do kick deep, it's Evan Jones, Kevin Walters. That middle row, you got Colton Block. I believe that's Naven Couch. And looks like A.J. Huker in the middle. Trojans are anticipating a short kick here. It is a squib, hit right off Tito, able to fall on it. Nice play by him. So in case you don't want to panic and start, just kind of.
No, he had plenty of time. He looked up, saw he had time.
No doubt. So here we go. Trojans, see what we do here. We're at our own 32. Just under. We got we have 49 seconds with 1 timeout. So.
We did have the long strike to Austin.
Yep. In this case where you get a couple first downs, then you might push it. You have trouble here in the first couple plays, then maybe you just go into halftime. So we'll see here what Coach McGarren and the offense has planned here.
Yep. Lineman in pass coverage, 2-point stance.
Sadler is going to throw down here to the flat. This is Weston Smith, step out of bounds, gain of 8. That play only took 5 seconds. Really nice job. Actually, gain of 9. Obviously, the clock stops on at first down, so we do have some extra time.
Interesting, we see the I'm sure his offensive line doing is I know they've had some problems getting signals in.
Yeah.
Some of the site. They kind of do a little huddle, and
Yeah,
it looks
we're
like
doing a little-
one of the guys calls it to the offensive line.
Seiler, he steps out of bounds. I was hoping he would get a first down before he did that. I
Yeah.
just don't know if he was aware of where that was. So now it's 3rd and 1. Yeah, that mentioned that earlier. It's just a little, we used to call it like a little sugar huddle.
Yeah.
And it gets the linemen on the same page.
Well, they do have linemen that wear glasses that don't wear contacts. They actually cannot see the signals. And in true high school fashion, talking to Coach Gray, he goes, "We did not know this
imagine
until
that.
after the first game.
Wow.
They couldn't see the signals."
Well, you gotta love dealing with teenagers. We've all been there.
Yeah.
3rd and 1. This is our route to, or actually a little hitch route out
There's
here
a
to
flag
Staniford.
down.
I'm not sure what that flag would
Holding.
be.
I see the holding call. Looks like we threw our arms
Is
up.
it holding on them
60
or on us?
On us.
Wow.
65 Mormon. 73.
That was on the center.
Hubbard.
That's on Hubbard. Interesting. Well, that kind of hurts a little bit.
No.
This puts it 3rd and 11. This is the case. We'll see what we do here. So at Weston, it's got a little quarterback run, and I believe he's going to get a first down. No, they're going to keep the clock running. He's short.
That's a bad spot.
So this is going to be 4th down. I got a feeling we're just going to run. Well,
no, they're not going to run play.
No, I think it should be 4th and 1.
Look at the spot though. They might bring it out and measure.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is.
The tip of the ball is at the 42-yard line. That appears where the marker is on the other side of the field.
It'll be tight. Yeah, I'm not sure if this changes anything right now. 17 seconds. Okay, we've had some success with that. We'll run that outside play. It's actually similar to the old buck sweep blocking. Pull 2 guys to the outside.
So unfortunately, they didn't stop the clock in nearly as early as they should have.
Yeah, that's good.
Get that first down clock stop.
Now they might give us more time. They might add a few more seconds. This is going deep and thrown out of bounds. 9 seconds.
Bring the throw it. If they
Fuentes comes out of the game. We're going to add another receiver.
20-yard play or so, calls timeout. Brayton can get it there.
That's true. We do have 1 timeout. It is interesting. I wonder if Coach Gress asked for more time to be put on the clock, and they simply said we weren't going to do it. So this is an empty look. Stebbins does not have many people real far back. We're going to Austin, and
Man, it was a good pass.
Good
Inbounds
pass.
on the line.
I tell you, pretty nice play there by that corner. I think that's number 37. That was Sean Dozier. Just kind of funneled him out of bounds, really. So actually, nice play by him. Well, we got one more chance. A little heave here, or maybe a quarterback draw, pad some rushing stats. That trips down here to the boundary. Nope, we're going to throw. Seiler's looking to throw. He's got to run now. This will be the last play. He's going to get about a gain of 6. And I tell you, it's one of those cases we've got to clean up the turnovers, Chris, because I really think this is a game that we can take over here, but we can't keep helping them. So 14-7 at the end of the first half.
I think we are going to be going to the field here real quick if we can get Coach Gress caught up with on the sideline here.
An interview with Coach Grass.
Awesome. What would you like to see your team do in the second half of tonight's game?
Play disciplined football.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Coach. Back to you in the studio.
All right, welcome back here. We've got some halftime stats here. Troy ended up with 13 first downs, 76 rushing yards, 154 passing yards. That's 200 yards total offense. To Stebbins had 130 yards total offense. Of course, we did have 4 turnovers, which kind of kept them in the game, no doubt about it.
So also I can share a couple halftime scores with you.
Yeah.
Sydney at halftime up 17-3 on Fairborn. Greenville 14-7 over Tip. Have big one here. West Carrollton 27, Pickwood 21 at the half.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
And then last one looks like Xenia over Butler 14-0.
Is that third quarter?
That's third quarter.
Okay.
4:55 left in the third quarter.
Okay. Yeah, 27-21 West Carrollton over Pickwa. That's kind of hard to believe. I mean, last week, West Carrollton ended up scoring some points on Tip, but that was well after the game was at hand. Yeah, Xenia just scored, actually, 4:55 left in the third, so that game's flying over there. Of course, I think Xenia averages like 13 yards passing a game, so I think they're just going to pound it. So I imagine that clock, it's almost like a continuous clock when you
80s
play.
and 90s Troy style.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to bring that up earlier. We had a wide receiver jump off sides. I almost screamed 2 tights.
So we'll continue to keep you updated on some of these scores, particularly, again, in the MVL. Again, 2 minutes here until we resume play here in the second half. You know, a couple things I'm sure the coaching staff addressed. One, I would definitely think was the turnovers.
Yeah.
And then, you know, secondly, I think defensively, probably have to come up with something for that option look they've been giving us. They've had some success with that. You know, they busted off a couple runs. Obviously, their touchdown run was on that. Their quarterback Keller's had a couple nice runs with that similar look. So, again, Stebbins playing hard, 14-7. We've kind of helped them out in that regard. This is something, again, I think it's important. Troy jumps out early and fast. Of course, Stebbins is going to get the ball to start. We've got a number of guys missing tonight. Tucker Raske, of course, you know, that's a case where, you know, he punts for us. You know, he's played some receivers, played some defensive backs, so that's a injury that, you know, kind of has a ripple effect. Lucas Henderson, of course, he was in the defensive backfield, so we've lost 2 of our starting defensive backs.
And then we did lose.
Sean Keenan had a concussion from last week, so he's out. And, of course, Colby Harris is also out.
And even in this game, we saw Austin Good pulled early in the second. Didn't see him return after a personal foul call. We'll have to see kind of what
comes out of that, possibly.
That style that happened when it's a non-playing one.
Yeah.
First one's personal foul. Second one, you're ejected from the game. So it's something that he has to be aware of.
Yeah.
They put him back out on the field.
So again, Troy will kick off here. So it is homecoming weekend. See a lot of former students back, enjoying themselves tonight. Got a couple reunions down there. So again, very nice crowd here from Troy. Our side is pretty packed. Obviously, you're probably seeing Stebbins sideline from our angle. Not a lot of fans came up here from the Riverside area of Dayton to watch this game tonight. Here we go. Seiler on the kick. And he does kick it deep. Return out to the, wow, pretty nice return right there. was able to get beyond the 35, probably about the 37-yard line. Good field position here for Stebbins.
And they had a lot of luck moving the ball center of the field.
Yeah.
Stalling 2 drives inside the 10, getting the touchdown on the 3rd one. So we'll see kind of what adjustments.
Yeah. So
Coach
Austin Good is back in the game. I tell you, he had just a tremendous game last week. It's a shame that he had that incident here in the first half. Hopefully he's regrouped and is ready to go here for half number 2.
Yeah. Probably a smart call, just holding him off for a quarter. That's a lot of time to kind of calm yourself back down and get ready to play.
This is Rutledge. I tell you, he runs hard.
We got a flag.
We got another flag. I don't know if this is going to be
face mask.
Is this a
hit,
face mask?
Something
it is
in there.
I see a face mask. The question is this going to be a big one?
I think
it is.
Doesn't high school only have one style of face mask?
Wow. 15-yarder.
Well,
so
does high school have two levels of face mask?
Get to the NFL, they just straight call 15 and really kind of let you get away with a little brush of it. So this is a big penalty right there. This is now 1st and 10 from Troy's 42. They've already crossed half field. Rutledge again just couldn't escape. So Austin Johnson down there. Also see again Austin Good. So gain of 1, 2nd and 9 here. And we're going to get offsides. I tell you, Chris, this is just, it's unbelievable. It's like a broken record, to be honest with you. But, it's just so frustrating from, I mean, imagine what it is like for the coaches. It's just so frustrating to see. It's just week after week.
Just being out around the practice field watching, I mean, obviously it's a discipline issue, jumping off sides.
Yeah.
But watching the precision that the coaches have planned at practice doesn't seem to be translating to the players
transitioning.
Right now.
Keller back to pass, quick out, and jumped by Weston Smith. Great play right there. Undercut the route.
Very good coverage.
So this is now going to be 3rd and 5. From the 37 of Troy. This is going to be Rutledge up the middle. And he's pushed back.
So I'm going to say they're going to go for it here.
4. I wouldn't be surprised right here. Of course, the other option is to try to pin the Trojans deep.
Hildebrand in, that means
they're anticipating a 4th down play. Yeah. So Tito Fuentes comes off, add a little bit more size, just slightly. When you add Hildebrand in there, they are going to go for it. It's 4th and 4. They could just simply try to draw us off sides. They did not, and again, I just don't understand what they're trying to accomplish. It just doesn't make much sense to me, but we'll take it.
Yeah.
What a nice stop by the Trojan defense. Just not a lot of creativity by Stebbins on big plays. Just kind of amazing that they thought they were going to get away with something like that, but here we go, 10 minutes to go. Defense again, one of those cases where we give up some yards, but we stop them when we need to. So the Trojans take over at their own 37. This will be Seiler on a straight keeper. Second and 8. And Tito next to him in the backfield. We're going to roll out here to the left, try to hit the flats out here to Mayfield. Catch. First down. Nice play right there. Good ball. Not an easy throw running to his left.
No.
Siler did a nice job squaring his shoulders and putting it right on the money. It's going to be a first down from the Stebbins 47. Cross to midfield. Trojans line up with trips to the field. This will be a throw back out to the boundary. Miscommunication. It looked like Siler anticipated him going outside. I don't know if that was supposed to be an out or a hitch, but just a little miscommunication. 2nd and 10. Again, Walters out there along with Mayfield. They're in the slot. Tito Fuentes in the backfield. And we're going to come right back to same play. And Standiford gets out of it. Makes a move. Nice job by Austin. Big play down the sideline. Obviously, we're seeing something down there. You go back to the same play. Trojans are moving. 1st and 10 from the 15. That's going to be Siler on the keeper. He's got some room out here.
Touchdown.
He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown Trojans. Nice job right there. Really nice drive. Mix some run and some pass.
Even the first drive, either offense or defense, we haven't seen a penalty on the Trojans.
Yeah. Good things happen when you don't.
It's amazing how that
don't
works.
step on your own feet. So the Trojans, quick score. This should get us to 21-7. Siler here with the kick. And it looks to be good. So with just under 9 minutes to go, Trojans take a 2-touchdown lead over Stebbins. Again, really kind of comes down to that 4th down call by Stebbins. Just, it's a gift really to us of, I'm not complaining, but just doesn't seem to make much sense. I don't think you can miss Dawson running out on the field. He's out there, and it's almost like you're challenging him. So this is just what Troy needed right here. Again, this is a situation, I think, Chris, where it's time to kind of take hold of this game.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave Stebbins into the, you don't want to let them just keep lingering around.
It's been messing around a little bit too much in that first half.
Yeah. All right, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. We're back up and running.
Thanks, Mr. Owen. Mr. Owen got things fixed back up.
That's right. So it is 2nd and 8. Missed a good run by Kevin Walters. Here we got that little sweep look.
Touchdown.
And no, they're going to say he stepped out. They're going to talk about it. They're going to give a touchdown. He got in. They wanted to make sure he didn't step out of bounds first. Touchdown, Siler. So the Trojans now take a commanding lead here.
Yeah.
This is just what we needed.
Yeah, probably what they were looking for in the first half.
Yeah.
But
Siler in for the point after attempt. On the hold, Western Smith.
So the Trojans
Along the snapper, Hannaford.
look to get to 28-7 here with the extra point. And it looks good. 28-7. Give you a couple scores here. Into the third quarter. Xenia 21, Butler 0. That's a shutout. Still no update on the Pickwick score other than, again, 27-21 at half. So no new scores right now. Still the same scores we've got. Haven't got much updates with that. We will fill you in once we know some more. Big game in the G-Walk this week. Centerville, Wayne. It was a battle for years.
Centerville doing a little better this year.
Centerville struggling. I think they're 2-3. Wayne's only, I think they're 1-4 or 2-3. So not quite the same atmosphere, I'd assume, with that game. But it's 14-14 with that. Tell you, the team that's having a really good year in the G-Walk is Springboro. They win tonight. I would put them at 6-0.
Say they're 8th or so ranked in Division I this year.
So they're having a really good year.
Looking just other teams of interest a little further, but Cincinnati, you look at a team that's crazy down is Moeller.
Yeah.
Moeller's 1-4.
Yeah, Moeller's having a tough year. Of course, you know, those schools down there, you better bring it every week. You're not playing any weak opponents down there, but yeah, they're definitely struggling. All right, so Stebbins takes over at the 45. Tell you, they've had good field position. Just haven't really been able to do much. Detroit's defense has really put a lot of pressure on them. This is Keller back to pass. He's looking. He's got somebody open, but he overthrew him. And I tell you, a lot of that is he's been under some pressure here lately. Sometimes you want to rush to get it out of there, worried about being hit. At the end of 3, Sydney 17, Fairborn 3. Yeah, Sydney's had a rough time scoring here these past couple weeks.
And that's next week's opponents.
That's next week at Sydney. Trojans will be at Sydney. So 2nd and 10. Keller back to pass, looking to go a screen here. And I tell you, Rutledge got some yardage on that, probably about a game of about 6.
Nearly into the fourth quarter, Greenville still up 14-7.
Okay, so we're into the fourth quarter with that one. So 3rd and 4, just past midfield. Trojans again are sending Austin Johnson. They're sending him about every play. Austin Standiford almost with the pick.
I think just kind of the way Austin went down on quarterback out.
Maybe the wind.
A shoe to the chest, wind knocked out.
Maybe the wind knocked out. I hope it's only the wind knocked out. Ted, we're seeing something because we're sending him just about every play. So we got Austin Johnson on the ground being looked at. Hopefully he is fine. This will bring up 4th and 4. I tell you, if you're Stebbins, this is something you're going to have to get some points.
Give a round of applause for number 31.
Different teams, we had a good game. The soccer teams, soccer teams, Ted, always just been Payne, Kit Wilkie, and
Fourth down and 4. Virginia.
All right, so it looks like Stebbins is
going to punt it.
Going to punt. Weston seems to be pretty deep based on what they've done here tonight. Oh, that's a fake. They're going to throw over the middle, and he's wide open. Oh, nice little play right there. We were not ready for that. They basically went four verticals and just kind of snapped it to the up back, and he had a nice throw.
Someone didn't have enough guys back. I mean, I think the Trojans had a corner on each side, the up back or the short returner, and then Weston in the back.
They just kind of outmanned us. Got Emmanuel Kemp now on the defensive line, number 35. Elijah Atkins also at linebacker taking Austin Johnson's place. We're going to see if Rutledge can get to the corner.
What I don't.
And
I hope that was a block in the back. We're
going to have a penalty. We got multiple
J.J.
flags.
McCoy went flying forward with a guy that pushed him in the back. So we'll see if that's what they saw. I don't know if we did we get a replay of that play?
Also in there, 28, Roby.
It is a block in the back. This play will come back.
There is a flag down. Illegal block in the back. Offense number 2. 10 yards. Still first down.
So Stebbins rolled the dice. Fake punt. Really nice call. Well executed. They keep possession. And again, like we just mentioned, I think this is a must for Stebbins. They're going to need to get some points on the board. Keller with a bad snap. Oh, he evades Evan Jones, and he's got some room out here. Smart play by him. Slides at about the 29. Right. They're going to give it to him at the 30. So this is going to set up a 2nd and 11.
Second down, 11. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Dawson Hildebrand now. His turn. And a bad snap. Keller's able to kind of take hold and get eventually tackled by Austin Good. So this is going to set up 3rd and long. I would be very serious. They're actually going to call a timeout. Think about what they want to do. This could very well be kind of maybe figuring out 2 plays right here, Chris.
They're definitely going to go for it regardless kind of what happens here.
So again, just under 2 minutes here. Stebbins is trying to kind of stay in the game right here. We're getting that point in the season where we're over halfway with football after tonight, and a lot of sports are kind of winding down their regular season and/or are into tournament already. Golf and tennis has already started their tournament play. Both the boys and the girls golf team had an early end of their season. Both weren't able to make it out of sectionals this year. We had a girls doubles team make it to districts. Kenzie Nosker and Kit Wolke, they both played singles during the school year, or during the season, and then, of course, team up to play doubles. Were able to make it out. We'll let you know some of the other sports here in a few minutes. So this is 3rd and long. Keller's going to roll. And incomplete. Dawson Roby can't blitz.
There's also, when we got these 4th down coming up, I think the students that are running the operation here. Adam Schultz is on the scoreboard. Dakota McGill is on the camera. Eli Monin is the sideline camera guy that we have down there.
Nice.
And of course, Mr. Owen is producing all this for us.
Doing another really good job here tonight. Becoming more and more smooth, adding things, seems like every time we're here. This is going to be a motion. This is going to be third and really long at this point.
Dead ball, false start, offense, number 14. 5 yards, fourth down.
So this is fourth and long. And I tell you, this is something we've seen a lot of times throughout the season, Chris. Our defense kind of gives up yards between the 30s, you know, or the 20s.
Flag.
And then they just kind of, I think they're going to call that on the center.
And moving the ball around.
Dead ball, rapid action.
Yeah, they're going to call that in the center. Center probably moved it. I'd say they're going to need a punt here. So, yeah, they're going to bring the punt team in. I can't imagine them trying to kick or trying to go for it on this. So it is a final. Xenia 21, Butler 0. As we mentioned, we're sitting here with 1:36 in the third. Xenia runs the ball, and it's almost, you know, they don't really stop the clock too much. That's a fast game over there. Gets the punt off. Weston is going to be able to just kind of feel, which is good.
That was
Smart
in that
play.
turf. That was going to catch up in that turf.
Fairborn does score. It is now 17-9, Sydney over Fairborn. Again, those are our opponents the next 2 weeks at Sydney, and we're back here in 2 weeks for Fairborn. Week 9 will be on the road at Xenia, and then of course week 10 play that school up north. Seiler on a roll. He's got deep. It looks like it's Naven Couch just couldn't quite bring it in. I tell you, that would be something they want to check. It looked like Naven kind of went a tad bit inside. Ball was really well thrown. I don't know if Naven kind of got off his course a little bit or not. So this will be 2nd and 10. This will be Seiler, and he's going to work his way to a nice gain. Looks like about 8 yards. Again, gets a chance to get Stanford a little rest. He's played the entire game on defense. David Couch, Josh Mayfield on this side. Of course, A.J. Huker is on the far side. This will be Seiler once again to the outside, a little sweep to the outside. Gets to the 30, move the chains, and we're working our way down here to the end of the third quarter.
Also in there, number 21, Johnson.
Sam Reed has now entered the game. This should be, if we run the ball, this will be the last play. We're going to go deep again to Stanford. Oh man. Wow. I'll be honest.
I didn't see the same thing he did.
This is pass interference. I just didn't quite see it, but I mean, we'll take it, obviously, but man.
Got a replay down here.
Yeah, that didn't seem like much. So we got a replay.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll take it, but looked like pretty good coverage, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And the time looks like one more play in this half, or in this quarter, excuse me.
Piqua just took the lead in the third quarter, 28-27 over West Carrollton. Again, that's really kind of surprising. Seiler, we're going to throw again over the middle. That ball's picked. They're probably going to call defensive pass interference on that. I got a feeling that will not stand. I got a feeling we're going to get helped out on that.
Looks like he just got him in the back, ran into his back.
It looks like based on his gestures, he's saying he pulled his Weston's jersey. So this is going to be another 15-yarder. So that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Troy up 28-7.
A little bit better quarter.
Definitely a better quarter there. As we head into the fourth, up 3 scores. This is a chance to really put this game away. Are they going to do an untimed down?
How about a nice round of applause for all those coach and cheerleaders? They've done a good job in this past quarter.
It looks like they are.
Yeah.
Huh. So this would be an untimed down to end the third. This is going to be Weston on the jet sweep. He's got some room, and we're going to be a
Another
hold.
flag.
It's just penalty city here towards the end of the third quarter.
That's number 25, Weston Smith, is all there.
Oh, they sort this out.
So that's going to be a hold on Troy.
Holding, offense, number 82, 10 yards, repeat first down.
Tito.
Called that on Tito.
We still get some penalty.
Well, I would assume this would. They're going to give us another untimed down.
Another untimed down.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
It's the quarter that will never end.
My goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a defensive penalty that time.
They've run four plays with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Man. So first and 20. We're going to give this to Kevin Walters. He's got some room. He's got a lot of room. He's pushed out of bounds after a gain of. That's going to be a first down.
Flags.
That's going to be a gain of almost 30 yards.
Got the first down.
So again, finally we get to the end of the third after a couple on-time downs, some penalties, a little sloppy to end the quarter, but Troy up 28-7.
We will continue kind of talking about some of the other teams that are kind of wrapping up their season. Volleyball had a big win this week, knocking off Tip City in 5 sets. Tip's first loss of the year.
First loss.
Evens us up in the league with Stebbins and Piqua next week, and their tournament draw is this weekend. So they're starting to.
So it looks like we're going to get a co-championship on that one. I know the boys lost a tough one to Tip on Tuesday night. That score was 4-3. We had to lead early into the second half and just couldn't quite hold on to it. Our girls had a really challenging week. They played 2 of the better teams in the state.
But I mean, that girls team, you imagine getting a draw in there. They could knock off about anybody. They beat Springboro, who's very highly ranked in the state. Really pushed Beaver Creek.
Yeah, Beaver Creek was nationally ranked.
Yeah, hasn't something like 30 consecutive wins, not 30 consecutive not losses, and no ties, no wins.
So that ended up that was 2-1, took them down to the end.
About 5 minutes left, they got that go-ahead goal.
And then last night they were able to tie Tip City. Needed to win. We had dropped one to Butler earlier in the year, but we were able to tie them, and that still keeps the Troy girls soccer team in the hunt. They need a little bit of help, but they still got a shot to possibly win the MVL title there. This is Seiler down. Oh, this is nice. That's going to be a touchdown to Weston Smith. Nice little wheel route. He's in the slot. He's going to end up going in motion and then just kind of heading up the sideline And really slow on the defender to kind of recognize where he was. Nice ball right there. And again, the Trojans have just kind of taken over this game, something we were kind of waiting on. And it has happened. So the score with 11:53 to go is Troy 35 and Stebbins 7. Next score would put us in running clock territory.
Don't jinx it. We've done that before. But definitely the second half, still lots of penalties, lots of mistakes for the Trojans, at least putting up the points that I think they originally thought they were going to put up.
That's exactly right. So we're starting to turn it on offensively. Again, defense played well all night. Put a lot of pressure on them. We're sending a lot of blitzes. A lot comes back. Stebbins was able to take advantage of one of our turnovers, but, you turn them over 4 times, you only give up 7 points. I think you would take that. So ultimately, that's going to be a huge difference in this game. So the Trojans look to raise their record to 5-1. Obviously at this point, you really, you start kind of crunching those computer points like you talked about before the game, and we're to the point now where these systems kind of give a good indicator where you might end up being.
And Troy's, again, what I've read on the websites, they have them kind of as a playoff lock. Now where they fall in there, who knows where they'll fall. But it is very, very wide open after those 2 horses from Toledo.
Yeah, I would definitely think, Troy's able to win out. I would definitely think we'll be hosting a game here at Troy Memorial Stadium, Week 11, which, of course, is always, based on this region where you have so much, you can go to Columbus all the way up to Toledo. It would definitely behoove us to have a first-round game here.
And then also some of the projections play out as a possible opponent would be Piqua.
Okay.
So have to play them in Week 10, then turn around
and play Week 11. That'd be interesting.
Long way out, a lot of football, but
a lot of football.
It's definitely
a lot of football
the numbers
left
that are out there.
Of course, Piqua would have to string some victories together, including they'd have to beat Xenia themselves.
And they're down tonight, so we haven't seen any updates since halftime.
They were up 1. Last time we said West Carolina was up 1. Or I'm sorry, Piqua was up 1, 28-27 last time we checked. Oh, he's off down the sideline. Big run right there.
Mayfield able to track him down.
That's number 17, Nate Keller with the football.
So Stebbins on a big gain.
Tackle was made by number 8, Josh Mayfield.
Mayfield catches him. This is going to be 1st and goal. I'll tell you, Stebbins had this several times tonight. And Rutledge gets down to about the 2.
Football. On the stop, number 88, DeServo.
So it's 6.5 minutes to go. Down in tip, Greenville is up 21-7 over the Red Devils.
Also another update, Fairborn just scored with 42 seconds remaining, 17-15 with 2 points upcoming.
Wow, 17-15.
Nate Keller with the keeper.
And it was good. 17-17.
17 all. Wow, what a game. Again, those are our next 2 opponents. Doesn't really surprise me about Greenville. They did show signs that they move the ball at times against us. Bakey, their quarterback, a pretty good player. So they had some talent down there. Oh, this is wide open, and he dropped it. Wow. Keller dumped that thing to Austin Womack. Austin Womack just kind of let it slide right through his hands. So this will set up a 4th down play. Man, we dodged one right there. Keller is going to keep it, and he's not going anywhere. So Trojans hold on defense. Well done. That's 3rd time tonight we've done that.
Inside the 10, 3rd stop inside the 10.
So the Trojan defense, again, bend but don't break.
Yeah.
Seems to be a familiar theme this year because, you know, we have given up some yards, but ultimately all that matters is how many points you give up.
I say a lot of size across the defensive line, which is going to come into play a little bit closer to the goal line.
So the Trojans take over at their own 6. This could be, I could see this being a ground and pound type of series here. Just try to work this clock. This is going to be Kevin Walters. He's got some running room. And a nice gain out to the 17. That's gonna move the chains.
Tackle was number 24. Jackson also in there, number 16. No. Carry good enough for a Trojan 1st down.
Again, this will be Walters again. And he breaks a couple tackles. He's out in the open. And he's going to get tackled at about the 12. What a run by Kevin.
Kevin Walters. On the tackle was number 10, Daniel Bowman.
So that was Daniel Bowman on the tackle. Caught him from behind, unless it could have been a...
See if Siler,
we were looking at an 83-yard touchdown
takes
run.
this touchdown here.
Yeah.
Read option and pulls it.
This is going to be Walters. They're going to reward him with a touchdown. That's how you do it. So in 2 plays, Walters ends up with 83 yards on the ground.
He made up his pace for keeping himself to 1,000.
Yeah,
Braden's falling right now.
He's definitely over 100 yards per game. Yeah. So Trojans will now be on this will be a running clock. So this 4th quarter will go in a hurry. So again, the Trojans next week will head up to Sydney, who are in a dogfight right now with Fairborn. We'll then be back here in 2 weeks to take on Fairborn. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, West Carrollton has taken the lead. It's 33-28 West Carrollton. We'll keep you informed on that score. I'll be honest, that's kind of a shocker.
Yeah, that would. Looking at Pickwick's schedule, I mean, Sydney's going to be tough. I mean, obviously Troy's probably the better team. I know rivalry's a rivalry, but Troy's probably the better team right now. So this is probably a win that they looked at. And
we
thought
talked
they would
about
have.
Before the game, Pickwa, you and I mentioned they were the #1 defense as far as giving up points coming in here. So for them to give up 33 points to West Carrollton, it's a little bit of a surprise. So we'll keep you informed of that as we go here for this last 9 minutes and 25 seconds. Again, we will be on a running clock, so this will move in a hurry. Okay, a really nice second half. A couple penalties early, but we've settled down and played really well here.
On the return is Nigel Grant, number 13.
Has Darren Jones on the tackle, number 24.
Darren Jones. It'll be 1st and 10 for Stebbins.
So now it's 1st and 10 Stebbins from the 31. This will be Keller on a little rollout out to the flat for a no gain. Austin Standiford out there. Okay, he's done a nice job filling in for Tucker. Again, we'll see next week if Tucker's able to make it back. I think the plan is for him to be back next week, but we'll see. This will be Rutledge up the middle. And he's going to get a gain of about 4.
On the stop was Austin Good, number 54. Also joining him, number 41, Evan Jones.
So we've got a Mayfield.
But Mayfield might be cramping possibly.
Yeah.
Again, he is
a cramp.
he did not play last week.
Huker coming in.
Yeah, it could
And
be
what?
Huker. Late score here. It's Sydney up, what is that, 24-17
Yeah.
with 9.5 seconds to go.
Looks like it was a 38-yard run.
Wow. So what a game up there in Sydney.
So down another defensive back.
We're number 8, Scott Mayfield.
Sydney scores on a lateral. Oh, that's going to be picked. This is Austin Standiford on a pick. He's tackled down at about the 30. And that's going to be definitely going to do it. And we're going to start bringing in some subs here. I would think that would be the end for Braden Seiler. Looks like Blake Klemp's going to come in at quarterback, number 22, and I see him get some time in. That's Allie Crawford, number 27 for the Trojans on the carry. Get him a chance to get some carries in.
And Blake Klemp is in number 22 at quarterback for the Trojans.
Also see 44. It's Christopher Williams. 23, Will Wolke's out there. Number 3, Navin Couch. Number 6, Sam Reed. So get a chance to get some. There's Crawford once again. He got swarmed under.
That's Crawford with
So this will be
carry, number 27.
3rd and long.
On the stop was number 54, McCamey.
So 6.5 minutes to go. In a game that's well in hand here. This is Blake Klemp. He's going to take off. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
With the carry is number 22.
Centerville did get the win over Wayne.
Wow.
27-21.
Big win for Centerville. Wayne just, they're struggling this year. I know they might be 1-5. At most, they're 2-4.
From a 4th down for the Trojans, 4th and 12.
So we'll try to get you some of the finals as they come in while we're still on the air. It's Blake Klemp on 4th down. Will not get it. We'll turn it over on down. Stebbins will take over.
With the carry. tackle was 52, Ramirez. Also in there, 54, McKinney.
So looking at him the next couple weeks, obviously Sydney next week. We're back here beyond the air again for Fairborn.
Yep.
Let's see if we can do Sydney. You guys are doing that?
So this will be 1st and 10.
27-yard line.
Stebbins still has their starters out there.
With the carry is Marvelous Rutledge.
That was Emmanuel Kemp on the tackle, number 35.
It's getting him back. Is this his first game back after
Yeah.
his foot injury? I don't know if he played last week.
He's played some. I know he's played some JV. Get him back in the swing of things. AJ Hooker in at free safety. Keller back to pass, little screen pass out to the flats. This is Rutledge. He's got some running room. He's going to get all the way to the 45. Again, we're down to about 4 minutes to go. Darren Jones is going to replace J.J. McCoy.
First and 10 for the Indians.
So slow start. Trojans are able to kind of regroup in the second half.
Yeah.
That third quarter was big, Chris. I thought they kind of took over the game in that third quarter. Keller's not going to be able to get out of there. And that looked like that might be Swallow.
Tackle was number 67, Swallow.
Yeah. Excellent. Nice to see him out there. That's Brandon Swallow, 6'5", 320 pounds.
Got a Stebbins player down.
So it is a final. Greenville 21, Tip 7. That puts the Red Devils to a whopping 2-4 this year. I believe that's 2-2 in the 2-2 possibly in the MVL. I'd have to double check that.
I think they dropped their first two that were out of conference. Shawnee and I don't know who the other.
Yeah, it was like
Limousin?
Mount Healthy or something like
Oh,
that.
it was down south in Cincinnati.
Sydney 24, Fairborn 17. So that is a final also. So the only one we need right now is Piqua, West Carrollton. That's the only one we don't know as far as the MVL is concerned.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything really posted on that.
So it's been into the third quarter. We had a score where Piqua was down 33-28.
33-28.
It's now into the fourth, obviously. That would be a awfully big upset. The issue with that, Ben, to be honest with you, that we do not play West Carrollton, so that doesn't help as far as points are concerned. It actually eliminates points for Piqua, you know. But I will take Piqua losing to anybody. Oh, that ball was nearly caught
Keller's pass was
by
intended
number
for
15.
Rutledge.
That's James Mason.
Ball's incomplete.
Is that Weston still in the game over there?
I think Weston is still in the game.
So that was him on. He did get his hand on the ball.
So again, homecoming weekend for all the students to have a fun evening. Be safe. Enjoy your time with your friends. Little screen pass out in the flat to Rutledge. And this is one of those cases you better get down, buddy.
Keller's pass complete to Rutledge, number 9.
Again, nice to see a good crowd here tonight. Again, only 4 home games this year that you're guaranteed. So nice to see a really good crowd once again. Had a huge crowd the first game against Vandalia Butler. Another big crowd tonight.
crowd is every bit as big. People started to leave, but it was a very nice sized crowd tonight.
So this is 4th and 15. Stebbins will punt it away. And we're going to let this thing take off. Out of bounds. Trojans will take over the minute 38, simply run the clock out.
Yeah.
Again, this will raise our record to 5-1. We've done what we need to do. Obviously, we went down to Turpin, had a rough night down there. Ultimately, you know, that's a different region at this point. You know, we're not going to see them again.
They're the number one is right now for Region 8, which is that Cincinnati region.
Yeah,
and we are doing them all sorts of favors right now.
Yes, we are. We're hooking them up. I tell you, they were impressive that night. I will say we didn't play real well, but a lot of that has to do with what they did to us. So that's a good ball club that we lost to. This is Crawford once again. He's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Probably the best thing for Troy after a lopsided loss like that was to go on the road and play Tip City.
Yeah, and I mean, each game it's just they put, even in wins, they haven't put together a complete game. I mean, the first half we were kind of lost.
True.
I mean, there was bad moments in the Tip City game.
Yep.
Butler seemed way closer than it was.
Right. Yeah, again, you know, the penalties are something that we'll have to address, have to get better at that. Got to get a little more discipline on the field.
With the carry, number 22. On the stop was 52, Ramirez.
Still waiting on that Piqua update. You can tell Piqua doesn't want to post on their social media. West Carrollton's all over posting that score that they're ahead.
That's a good sign if Piqua's not posting anything now. So this looks like it's going to be the last play of the game. We will have to run one more play. So again, we appreciate you joining us this evening, taking time out of your Friday evening to listen to us. Special thanks to Mr. Owen and his crew tonight. They did a fantastic job once again. And that will do it. So Troy 42, Stebbins 7. Big win. Troy raises the record again to 5-1. That puts us at 4-0 in the MVL.
Yeah.
And I tell you, we're putting ourselves in a position where, you know, to win our first MVL title, and that's all you can expect. So we go on the road next week to Sydney. We'll be back here in 2 weeks against Fairborn. And then I tell you, hopefully we take care of business there, because those last two games are going to really determine what happens.
Xenia Piqua back-to-back is obviously the rivalry that is Piqua, but Xenia, I think, appears to be a pretty good team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, once again, we appreciate you joining us. We're signing off tonight, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks.
West Carrollton 39, 48.
Oh, we better have that one. It was West Carrollton now has a bigger lead, I believe.
39 to
39-28
28.
West Carrollton with how much time left?
It
Didn't say. So right in the fourth quarter. So
well, they posted that they were 15 minutes ago that it was the end of the third. So
okay.
They got to be
definitely
well
the fourth. So they're up
that.
11 points. That's awesome. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us.
They have an athletic clear feed, but they haven't updated.
Great job. Thank you for your help.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot. That's sweet.
If I find out anything about Sydney, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I asked Mrs.